Hi, this is Rudy Jones of PalmettoStateBaseball.com. Welcome to the South Carolina College Baseball Recap for Sunday, February the 8th. There were 14 games involving state teams played on Sunday. Let's take a look at the action. Over at Anderson Memorial Stadium, Anderson wrapped up a 6-game week with a 19-5 run rule win over Davis and Elkins. The Trojans beat King 3 straight earlier in the week and then finished off the week with these 3 wins over Davis and Elkins, scoring 59 runs in 3 games. Braden Harrison had a couple of hits, scored 3 times and drove in 3 runs for the Trojans, who had runs of 6, 5, and 7 innings. Innings of 6, 5, and 7 runs, I should say, in that big win. Down in Atlanta, suburban Atlanta, Claflin got a couple of wins over Clark Atlanta. In Game 1, score was 11-10 thanks to a home run by Devin Campbell. And in Game 2, they won 4-2. A 3-run homer by Whitehead, turned a 2-0 deficit into a 3-2 lead. Claflin got another run in the 7th and held on for the win. 3 straight wins for Coach Jalen Bledsoe's squad. Now they are 3-2. Down at Roberto Hernandez Stadium in Aiken, Emory and Henry had a 5-run 4th and beat USC Aiken by a score of 7-5. One little note in that, you remember Ben Shepard of the Pacers pitched a no-hitter in his college debut last weekend. This week, he was the victim of the big outburst by Emory and Henry in that inning and winds up with his first loss as a collegian. It's not always going to be high points for kids. Aiken, his first loss of the season, it fell to 5-1. Over in Florence-Darlington Tech got a couple of wins. They beat Harford Community College out of Maryland 8-7 in Game 1. Their winning rally was 4 walks and a sacrifice fly to score 2 runs for the walk-off win. Hey, it counts. That's all that matters. In Game 2, the Stingers won 9-6 as Jackson Mullen struck out 3 in 4 innings. Pitched pretty good. The Stingers are now 9-2 and they've won 8 straight games. Down in Sparrow Stadium in Florence, Francis Marion wrapped up a sweep of West Liberty with a 15-1 win, also in run rule. Daniel Hussey was 3 for 3 with a double, 2 steals, 3 runs scored, and 4 RBIs for Francis Marion, who is now 5-1. Rockingham Community College took a couple from USC Salkehatchie. First game score was 4-0. Second game score was 19-2. Spartanburg Methodist got a couple of nice wins. In Game 1, the Pioneers were trailing Carolina University 2-0 going to the bottom of the 7th. And bottom of the last inning, may have been the 9th, trailing 2-0 going into the bottom of the last inning, and Tanner Martin, in his first at-bat of the season, hits a 3-run pinch-hit homer to give the Pioneers a walk-off win. In Game 2, the Pioneers win that game 9-4 to complete a 4-0 weekend under new coach Tyler Miller. At Jonesville Ballpark, USC Union got a shutout win over Rowan State in Game 1. They had a combined 1-hitter. Jake Short pitched 6 no-hit innings for the Bantams in Game 1. In Game 2, the Bantams had the lead, but Rowan State had a big 7th inning and won that game by a score of 14-11. Marcus Kirksey had a double and 3 RBI for the Bantams. And in the final game involving the state team played on Sunday, Wheeling had a couple of big innings and beat USC Beaufort 17-12 in the rubber game in that series, dropped USC Beaufort to 2-2. Chris Levenstein, as a transfer from USC Union, had a homer, a walk, and drove in 3 runs for the Sand Sharks. That's the only games involving state teams played on Sunday. Only 2 games scheduled to be played on Monday. Rowan State is supposed to move on over to Orangeburg and play Denmark Tech in a doubleheader at Mirbeau Field in Orangeburg. I will be providing the team of the week, the team rankings, and more information at PalmettoStateBaseball.com later on Sunday night. Working on it now. I can tell you that Anderson is going to be my team of the week after going 6-0 for this week. You can also follow my coverage at Palmetto Base on X. That's my handle, Palmetto Base. I have a Facebook group page called Palmetto State Baseball Group. You can get involved there. And, of course, I have scores, schedules, and things like that at PalmettoStateBaseball.com every day. I'll also be posting the schedule for next week later tonight. Of course, the NCAA Division I teams all begin play this coming Friday. 9 of the 10 teams are at home. The only exception is USC Upstate's playing at South Alabama. Just hitting a couple of the series. South Carolina is at home against Northern Kentucky. Clemson is at home against Army. I'm wearing an Army shirt, but this just happens to be a coincidence that is going on. Coastal Carolina. Let me call it up right quick. I meant to have it up and I just messed up. Hope you'll be patient with me. If you're listening to me this long, I know you are. And the schedule for next weekend for state teams. Coastal Carolina is at home. They are going to be playing Fairfield. Midweek, early games in the week, we have some games. A couple of state matchups. Claflin is at Erskine at 2 o'clock on Tuesday. Bob Jones at Columbia National at 3 on Tuesday. Coker's at Francis Marion at 4 on Tuesday. On Wednesday, state matchups include USC Aiken at Erskine at 2. Newberry at North Granville at 3:30. On Friday, we'll go across the other Division I games involving state teams. Georgetown at Winthrop. Akron at Presbyterian. Bucknell at Charleston Southern. Liberty at the Citadel. Rutgers at College of Charleston. Mercyhurst at Wofford. I believe that took care of all the schools. Let me see. I may be Winthrop. I did not mention. Winthrop's playing Georgetown. I did mention them earlier. All right. Well, that's going to do it for the wrap-up for Sunday, February the 8th. For those of you who are watching right now, I hope you get back to the game of Super Bowl and your team wins. Anyway, thanks for following these reports, and just let me know what I can do better to cover college baseball in South Carolina. Email me at rudyjones@palmettostatebaseball.com. And again, hope you have a great night. Jesus loves you.